How many hearts have you broken with those great big beautiful eyes? Those great big beautiful eyes that tell such beautiful lies.
How many times have you kissed somebody like you kissed me then? I don't.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all ships at sea. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you an important message from the Prepared Mind Network.
Fake carrots. Fake fruit. Fake. Fake. Fake grapefruits. Fake. Liar! You liar!
Well, everyone, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. It's time to go. What a show we have in mind for you, too. It is crazy. Getting everything set up. Had to run in here after a hard day of work. I hope you guys aren't doing too bad. But I'll tell you what, folks. We really have a lot to discuss. It is too much. Too much for a Tuesday. Well, we got to start somewhere. So let's start with this. And, oh, by the way, you guys get the second half hour. That's right. You guys get the second half hour. Get your questions down below in all caps, big letters. Help me see them. Now understand this, folks. The Democrats are blaming you, me. They're blaming Trump for all the violence against him. That's right. In fact, a senator, a United States senator, Senator Democrat Chris Murphy, says that Trump is inspiring political violence. Folks, Democrats are going to excuse their fascist commie turd supporters, hoping that they're going to keep trying, right? If Democrats use a military or a professional killer, an assassin, right? We would all know it's a CIA, FBI, deep state hit. So they're trying to get their mind control morons to do it. And of course, they're learning that it doesn't work too well. It really doesn't. But they're trying to say, Trump brought this on himself. He did. Boy, did he ever. And this is just killing me. Hillary Clinton has surfaced. One of the most awful human beings that has ever lived on the planet. Hillary Clinton is saying that Democrat lawfare against Trump is karma. It's karma. So attacking Trump with lawyers and frivolous lawsuits and out-of-control Democrat hackery, that is karma for election interference against her, no doubt. Really, she is still bitter about 2016. And you and I are supposed to forget about 2020? Really? That's how they think, folks. Hillary Clinton's 8-year-old bitterness is more important than our 2020 bitterness. And Hillary has said a lot more than that today, folks. It is massive, massive, massive on the news. What is going on is massive. Where do we start with this? Let me find it. Let's see. I think I put it under headline, Vile, Evil, Smelly Witch. Yep, there it is. Hillary Clinton went on TV with none other than Rachel Mad Cow Maddow the next day following the assassination attempt on Trump. And this is what she said. Trump is a, quote, danger to our country and world. More political hate-filled rhetoric, not from someone who's a nobody like me, but from Hillary Clinton, the leader of these people, or one of the leaders. Not only that, of course, she wants to put you, me, all of us in jail because we post propaganda or misinformation, right? Misinformation, she wants to make a crime. I mean, what happens when a kid wants to tell a story about where all the fresh baked cookies went that mommy made. He's like, I don't know where they went. The dog ate them, and the kid's got chocolate on his mouth. Oh, hey, kid, that's misinformation. You're going to jail. Yeah. I mean, Hillary Clinton, let's see. She lied about Benghazi. She lied about cattle futures. She lied about Whitewater real estate. She lied about everything, including the Steele dossier. She paid to have that lie made up, spread around the American intelligence communities, CIA, FBI, NSA, and everyone else, sent it out to other countries to smear Trump in a huge, massive, international misinformation and election interference campaign back in 2016. According to her, then she should not only be arrested and prosecuted, but she should get the electric chair for that. But she is attacking free speech, folks, attacking it. Just absolutely attacking it. It's crazy. It is actually absolutely crazy. Let's continue, though, folks. I have massive amounts of information that are just too much for a Tuesday. This is a big one. Apparently, reportedly, the White House is confirming that Joe Biden and Donald Trump had a cordial conversation. Apparently, they had a cordial conversation after the second assassination attempt. So the other day, Biden put on a Trump hat. Then he was seen walking up the flight of steps to Air Force One, carrying a red baseball hat that looked remarkably like a Make America Great Again Trump hat. And now this. I think this is the trifecta of Trump, and I think he has a 75% chance that Biden endorses him before the election, before Biden resigns, or before Biden dies. Falls down a staircase, chokes on a hot dog, trips on a tricycle, right, and then gets COVID. I say 75% chance. I don't think it's overwhelming odds, but pretty damn good odds now at this point. That would just piss off the Democrats. And it would be the Biden's way of flipping them the bird too. They fucked America, and then they got fucked, so they don't like it. But still, that would be for the Democrats. It'll show how they divide and conquer themselves. It would be the pièce de résistance to a career of hackery, fuckery, screw jobs, lying, racism, more lying, bullshitting, more lying on the part of the Bidens and the entire Biden clan. The Biden cartel is done. I really wonder, does Joe want to do that? Now, let's continue if we shall. We're waiting on Mr. Ooman. Where is that guy? He'll show up, folks. He always shows up. Anyways, we have another billionaire turned conspiracy theorist. What used to be a popular pastime for people like you and me, looking at the world and going, that don't make any sense. I'm going to come up and figure out how and why things are happening. Apparently now billionaires like that. First, it was Elon Musk, who decided he didn't like where social media was going and that there must be a conspiracy to stop free speech. So he bought Twitter, renamed it X, and found out, yeah, there is a conspiracy. So now we have another billionaire turned conspiracy theorist, Bill Ackman. And he posted a letter to ABC News, an open letter for everyone to read. ABC News, of course, being the news network that hosted the debate between Camel Toes and President Trump. And this is what he wrote about the debate shenanigans, what we call fuckery. He said this, he wrote this, quote, I find the allegations credible. Credible. What allegations? That ABC cheated, that ABC was there to fact check Trump, but not Kamala. That ABC ABC provided questions. ABC gave her more opportunity, asked her shitball, softball questions, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You don't have to be a rocket scientist. You don't have to be a billionaire, but it's good to see the billionaires joining our club. It would be great if we could be part of the billionaires club, eh? Anyways, when events, folks, in my opinion, are so obvious and the media pretends it's not obvious, I guess it takes yet another billionaire to make the mainstream media pay attention and have to address what is being stated. What I mean there is they were trying to just let everything go away. It's okay. Everyone will forget, right? Sweep under the rug. Man, 72-hour news thing. They're just like, quit talking about it. It'll go away. So thank you, Bill Ackman, for bringing it back up in such a way that it cannot be ignored, at least for today. Now, this was a good one, folks. Politics is going bad, and it's going bad fast. Things are falling apart. Politics is going bad. And there's Mr. Uman. Welcome to the show. Falling apart. Politics is going bad. And there's Mr. Do you want to be on screen? Welcome to the show. Okay. Oh, folks, this is coming soon to American politics. In Brazil, a political candidate on live TV, that's a tele-Brazilian, in a live TV debate, candidate A picked up a chair and attacked candidate B with the chair. They got in a big fight right on live TV. It's coming to America. It's coming soon, right? People are not doing well. They're not buying the shit. And it's coming to blows. That's why I think you and me need to be prepared for what's coming. Prepared mind? Yeah, that's why we named the channel this. Understanding the world around you. Here's you and the 10-mile radius around you. The people in that 10-mile radius, if it goes Mad Max, if it's SHTF hotspots, if you've got riots in that 10-mile radius, that can affect you directly. That's what we need to be planned for. Now, you also need food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine. Lots of pew-pews, right? But being prepared. Now, I was not prepared for this. The bug-eyed whore of a wife of Alexander Vindeman. You all remember him. He is the Ukrainian immigrant who became a military officer in the army and became also an impeachment co-conspirator with the Democrats to attack Trump. Well, his wife, right, has now deleted her disgusting, filthy tweet that mocked Trump being shot or the attempted assassination because she was obliterated online. I want her to keep going. I want her and all Democrats to keep posting their violent rhetoric because we know who is to blame. Them. And understand, folks, these are the same people that are going to vote for Kamala in the election. These are the neighbors. Here's you. You've got them all around you. They're all around us all. Democrats are everywhere, and they're voting for killing babies. They're voting for endless wars. They're voting for open border. They're voting for drugs everywhere, rape everywhere, violence everywhere, killing of pets everywhere. They're voting for those things. Destroy the military. They're voting for break the USA. That's what they want. They want our country broken. Remember, when they start losing their shit, they're going to be kind of like these people, these big shots, all these Democrat senators and congressmen throwing shit at everyone, talking shit about Trump, threatening us with jail time. Threatening us with jail time. You bet. You bet.
All right. That was strange. Normally it just locks you just disappear, but this time it like kicked me out too.
Yeah, there's something going on with everything, man. Something
Yeah,
going
I
on with
can't.
everything. All right, I'm going to continue with my Patriot thing. All right, so so a Patriot, a well-known social media dude, he humiliated a couple of FBI agents who showed up, parked on the street outside his house, and started their bullshit with him. Well, he sent them packing with their tails between their legs like a couple of sissies. They confronted him at his home over a social media post. This is not England or Scotland or Ireland. This is not the Netherlands or Germany or France. We can say whatever the fuck we want as long as we're not threatening to kill someone like the Democrats are doing with Trump. So the recommendation from many legal experts is no warrant, don't talk to them. Demand to see their identification and have them tell you their names, and then tell them to fuck off. That is the advice that I have been given. Tell them to fuck off when they show up. You don't have an arrest warrant? Get the fuck out of here. Right? You want to have, oh, we just want to talk to you. Oh, okay, you want to talk? Go ahead and talk then, assholes. Talk away, you little bitches. Right? Be sure to get your monkeypox vaccinations, FBI agents. I mean, they're going to Americans. And asking them why they're saying things. Really, you guys need that much fucking help, right? I want you to understand our future with these fucking people, folks. Understand our future. They're telling us exactly what they're going to do to us if Camel Toes wins. I keep saying, please, please, everyone, get involved in politics locally. Get involved with your voting station. Get involved with your political party. Go to the Republican headquarters locally and tell them you want to get involved to monitor the voting. Protect the sanctity of our votes. Canvass, go door to door even, and hand out flyers telling people vote Trump, period. Right? Here's why. They're telling us exactly what they're going to do to us. Hillary Clinton posted a video today, the 17th of September. She's calling for you and me to be thrown in prison because we want to share with each other information that Hillary calls misinformation. Literally. I can share whatever information I want, like it or not. I can do it in person with a fucking bullhorn, with the sign on the side of the street. I can do it on the internet. But she wants to call it a criminal offense. Kamala Harris, she wants to end free speech, just like Hillary. And other Democrats are calling for me and you, Trump supporters, to be put in re-education camps, including cute little Katie Couric. Folks, they want to make free speech illegal. They want to say only government sanctioned, allowed speech. Well, it's kind of like a car. You own the car. You paid for the car. Why does the government get to tell you what to do with it? And how you can do it, this and that. How can they make you do anything? Well, they're just like, well, we're the government. We'll do whatever we want. We're going to decide when and how and where you're going to drive your car. And we're going to tell you when, how, and what you can say with your mouth. That's coming next. The more government takes, the more government wants to take. I'll always bring the car thing into it. That's my private property. Why does the government get to put its license plate on it and make me play their game? I don't like any of the government, folks. Everything we do with the government costs money. Want a car? Costs money. Want a house? You're going to pay them a fee. Want to get a job and make money? They're going to take it from you. Hillary is promising, folks. She's promising. She is very active now in this campaign. I guess they think Kamala is so damaged, such a moron, so incapable of leading and being the top-tiered Democrat, that they're going to bring Hillary Clinton in to save it? The woman everyone hates, including other Democrats. Now, I'm going to leave that as it sits right now. At this point, 9 people have been killed and 2,800 have been wounded. Now, did a giant bomb go off in Paris or London? Did a giant bomb go off in Tokyo? No. In Lebanon, right? I believe Beirut, Lebanon, to be precise about most of the pain and suffering that's gone on. You see, just a short while ago, the leader of Hezbollah had his cell phone. And cell towers can be used to triangulate the location of the cell phone. And the Israelis, they zeroed in on that and killed a terrorist leader in Beirut. So the Hezbollah leadership wisely went to a telecom type company and said, we need, I think, 3,000 pagers. 3,000 pagers. And so they bought 3,000 pagers and gave them to all their terrorist networks. And I don't know when they got them. But something happened. They hit a little button and all of them exploded. 9 people killed, 2,800 wounded to varying degrees. Whether it was in their back pocket and it blew up and burned their ass cheek, or is in their front pocket and it blew their nuts off. There's a lot of fucked up people, folks. Obviously, the devices were engineered that when triggered with the appropriate code, overheated and exploded. These are explosive devices that were created and then sold to the terrorists who thought they were escaping or eluding being shot at because of their cell phones. Now, folks, talk about a strategy that is just unbelievable. I need to know, is that an act of terrorism? Man, is that an act of terrorism? I think it could be, to send explosive devices to terrorists. Okay, so now Israel is terrorizing the terrorists. I can't think of another way to say it. I have no love for terrorists. I don't have any love for Jihad Joe. I just think this is what happens when you have hate-filled people trying to kill other people in the world, is they end up getting hated for it. And now they're being duped, tricked, and shit on. Crazy business, folks. There's going to be more on this to come out. Really. Absolutely, really. It is a too much for Tuesday. So get your questions in down below. We've got more coming here, folks. I'm not done. Not even close. Not even close. I tell you, not even close. How about this one? We've got Representative Eli Crane. He's a former Navy SEAL, Republican. He has issued a very, very strong warning to President Trump after this second assassination attempt. And what he said is, quote, there is a very real possibility that there is a mole in the Secret Service. Now, I think that former Navy SEAL Representative Eli Crane, I think he was known as, when he was a Navy SEAL, as Captain Obvious. Captain Obvious. Yeah, no shit. Isn't it amazing how conspiracy theory is now the most likely explanation rather than being a stretch of the imagination? Yeah, there's someone made it known. So a man from North Carolina who's living in Hawaii somehow manages to fly to Florida, acquire a vehicle with stolen plates, get a gun, a rifle, and know exactly where Trump is going to be, even though, there's a high likelihood of him being there, right? There's a mole in the Secret Service. That's what he said. What do the government representatives know that we don't? What information do they have that they're not sharing? Well, I'll tell you what, folks. How about this for a Captain Obvious statement? I expect at least one more attempt on Trump. At least one more attempt on Trump. See, it's not just deranged, lunatic, idiot, street-level Democrats. It's not just that. They're being groomed and picked. This last idiot that was going to shoot Trump, he has been to Kamala Harris rallies, the bus him in type. So he was handpicked to be there. He's a fruitcake white guy with blue hair. Good golly. Anyways, back to military professionals and expert assassins. Eric Prince, who formerly headed up Blackwater. I don't know what he's doing these days, but he decided that he would say something about the Trump assassination. He said, hey, the assassins, both of them, the one from Butler County at that rally that shot Trump through his ear, and then this one at the golf course, they both appeared in a BlackRock television commercial. So Eric Prince says, quote, the statistical likelihood of that being random is impossible. Folks, you and I have said for years, there are no coincidences in SHTF. There's no coincidences, and I find that staggering. So now I think you and I and people like us should be going through BlackRock's commercials, their advertising, and looking at all the people there and identifying them and checking out and seeing if they're making violent threats. So you see, I don't think that's going to be the way to catch the next assassin. I don't think that. I think the next way to catch the next assassin is to just catch him after he's tried shooting at Trump. It's going to happen. These people are crazy. I would not be surprised. I would not be shocked if Trump holds a rally and some crazed Democrat doesn't shoot Trump. But follow me here. See, Trump has tens of thousands show up at every rally. But if people knew they were going to be shot, could be shot at a Trump rally, they wouldn't show up. So instead of going and shooting at Trump, just show up at the Trump rallies and start shooting the Trump supporters. That way they get scared of going to his rallies and they refuse to go to his rallies. That would be an effective way to make people not go, right? How long till the Democrats figure that out? Well, if we can't kill Trump, we may as well kill the momentum in his rallies. I really think that's a possibility. Everyone, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. They are not going to quit or go away. I think Trump is going to be shot at least one more time, and I won't be surprised if they just start shooting Trump supporters. And not just at his rallies, but how about roadside rallies where people just show up with signs and say, honk your horn if you're going to vote for Trump, and, they honk their horns as they drive by, all that. Expect it. I'm expecting a lot here, folks. I'm expecting a lot. We had this brilliant statement having to do with the Trump assassination. The FBI, the Department of Justice, he called them out. Florida's Governor Ron DeSantis, he has issued an executive order assigning the attempted assassination case to the Office of Statewide Prosecutor. In other words, he's not handing it over to the feds. And this is what he said. Quote, it is not in the best interest to have the same federal agencies seeking to prosecute Donald Trump leading this investigation, which, as we know, is right against an assassin that hates Trump. Why would you trust the federal government that has been attacking you, in other words. Well, Trump doesn't have any choice. He's not president. He can't decide who or who does not, right, investigate the assassination attempt or attempts. So Governor DeSantis is saying, no. It's not in the best interest of the state or our nation, is the longer quote. He just rope-a-dope bitch slapped Merrick the Buttlick Garland, Christopher the sellout piece of shit Wray of the FBI, and the entire federal Department of Justice, the Attorney General's office, and the Biden administration. It's not in the best interest of Florida or the nation to have the same federal agencies seeking to prosecute Donald Trump leading this investigation. Mic drop. Boom. Just fucking boom, folks. I told you. You've told me, many of you have, that it's going to get crazier. We have just begun. Just begun. And it's not over. It really isn't, folks. Let's do this. Let's go switch to you guys. I'm going to give you a chance to talk about what's on your mind. So let's do it now. And we're back. I hope you're going to have tacos on your Taco Tuesday. I want some tacos. Can you imagine SHTF folks going crazy Mad Max? No more tacos. All right, Mr. Ooman, who wants to step up first on this Too Much for a Tuesday? Name redacted kicks off the start with, and not even an attempt by the rhinos to set or counterset the narrative. Fuck maggot Mike Johnson. There was another absolute repudiation of the Republican Party and its congressional members in the Senate and the House. It was stated today, and I'm going to report this rather anonymously. It was that, how is it that Donald Trump doesn't have any allies standing up and screaming, yelling, demanding justice for what is being done? Why are the Republicans so fucking cowardly that they will not go to a microphone, go to a news station, news source, CNN, ABC, NBC, MSNBC, somebody, and get on there and just riddle the Democrats and blame them? Right? If you can't get on a news show like Slay the Nation or Beat Off the Press, if you can't do that, hold a press conference. But maybe it is, folks. I don't hear them enough. I think we'd hear a bunch of them. Then the news would say, no more of you guys. No more of you Trumpers. But I'm not hearing it. I'm not seeing it on Twitter X. I'm not seeing it there. I'm not seeing it any other social media. All the Republican outrage at these attempts, these assassination attempts, at these character assassinations. Where are the Republicans that are going to slap down people who say free speech shouldn't be allowed? Free speech needs to end. Misinformation is a crime. They're now trying to link misinformation to hate crimes and hate speech. I don't think hate speech is a crime. Just because someone's offended, right? Hate speech is not a threat. That's something entirely different. But folks, I've heard of people that I know very close, been involved with, that have had people threaten their lives, be threatened with murder, and the sheriff's department do nothing. Like, nope, it's just a threat. We can't do anything about it. But, don't you dare threaten any of the fruit salad toss and fruitcakes. No. Anyways, folks, it's going to get crazier. I'm telling you, it's going to get crazier. Thank you, name redacted. Welcome back, Maggot Mike. That's what he is. Speaker of the House is a Republican. Been sending tens of billions of dollars over to Ukraine against our will. Just like The Prime Minister of England, Keir Starmer, right, is shitting all over England, and by his proclamation, arresting British people who wave British flags or speak up against criminals who are immigrants. Whether you want to call them illegal or not, they're criminals. But if you talk about them, if you yell at a police dog, you're going to jail. I guess I won't be visiting England anytime soon. Go fuck yourself, King Charles. All right, Mr. Ooman, who wants to be up next? We've got Heidi with an H12. She says, I wish we could have a class action lawsuit against people who waste millions of taxpayer dollars with this Russia crap. Yeah, that's just it. They get all the free speech they want. But for you and me, oh no, that's misinformation. They get to tell you, go get your jab or you're going to lose your job, your retirement, your Social Security, your contracts. We'll cancel you at work. We'll cancel you in your neighborhood. We'll destroy your life. We'll dox you so people are at your house if you don't go get that. We won't give you medical attention if you don't get it. That's not dangerous, I guess. That's not dangerous misinformation telling people to go get the Jim Jones juice. It's happening, folks. It's continuing to happen. By the way, on Sunday and on the NFL, I did not watch this, but at the Baltimore Ravens game, a member of the chain gang, the people that use the first down markers, was on the field and just collapsed. Whoops. Take a wild guess, if you will. Russia, misinformation. They ought to, Hillary ought to have a actual criminal investigation into this. And if anything is found, she should be charged. I don't care if it's a misdemeanor. Charge her and drag her dumbass into court. But I see that as a serious election interference crime, federal crime, using foreign nations, foreign agents and agencies, crime. Additionally, lying and causing lies to be told in an election, intentionally lying in an attempt to smear a candidate, isn't that election interference? They're saying that you and me talking right here on social media, they're saying that is election interference. It's causing people to make decisions. You're influencing people, their own fucking language. I want to be an influencer. No. I just want to sit here and have my opinion and ask you guys your opinions. Don't worry, folks. They will come after us all. Okay, thank you, Heidi, very, very much. Mr. Ooman, I know we've got more out there. If you want to talk, get it down in the comments, and then Ooman will put it up on the screen, and it's Mikey G. And he says, we took that tolerance shit too far. And that's what happens, right? If you push a car down a hill, it's going to keep going on its own after a while. They started pushing this tolerance shit back in the 1990s. They started with political correctness. It's not politically correct to call a retard. Well, what are you supposed to call them? Oh, you need some flowery bullshit language like mentally challenged. So we started making jokes back then, long before there were memes, right? Well, if you're under, 5'10" and a man, you're vertically challenged, right? There's all kinds of ways to be challenged. Anyways, they started with that crap, trying to affect free speech, politically correct bullshit, right? Politically correct. While they continued to take over mainstream media and make it more and more socialist and push more and more for democracy, which is not American. America is not a democracy. It is not an American concept to be democratic. We have votes, but we're not a democracy. Anyways, took this tolerance shit too far. Then they're like, well, let the gays out of the closet. Well, let them have special privileges. Let them be like everyone else. Accept them. Okay, let them Let them adopt children. Oh, yeah, now we're being told men can have babies. Chest feeding isn't freaky. You get these trans testicle idiots out here, and they become violent. Folks, trust me, as dangerous as they are, I enjoy watching people call them sir and making fun of them. I've seen minorities do it to them. I've seen white people do it to them. And mostly it's young men that just want to tease the shit out of them. And tell you what, I'm all for it. I think it's funny as fuck. Because, yeah, we did take the tolerance too far. Like a pendulum, it started swinging back toward, let's be tolerant. And they've taken it way, way, way too far. Fucking drag queens in school. Drag queens having sexual performances for children. Inviting children to drag queen bars. Exposing their genitals to drag queen to children, these drag queens. Asking children to touch them. Disgusting, filthy pigs. I laughed my ass off, though, over the weekend. Apparently, a couple of drag queens were doing some kind of Cirque du Soleil at a bar or someplace. They were swinging around on ropes above the crowd. And then the fucking ropes broke and they crashed about 12 feet down to the stage. I laughed my ass off. Fuck you guys. Right? The Flaggots several years ago released a choir-like song saying, "We're coming for your children." And they're like, no, that was a joke. We weren't really meaning it, but here we are. They took that shit too far. No more tolerance. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Right? I'm going to be John Zira and just chop them down all I can. Because they want to destroy your country. They want to destroy our nation, our heritage, our laws, our rights. And we need to be tolerant? Bullshit. Fuck them. They're intolerant of me. Me alone right here. I'm old. I'm white. I'm a male. I'm a Christian. I'm a conservative. I'm a veteran. Fuck you, John. They want to kill me, folks. They took it too far. Right? The thing they started got momentum and they just kept pushing it. You got to be tolerant. Now we got kids shitting in sandboxes at school. Look, we had a dress code. We didn't have uniforms at my school. Dress code. Had to dress a certain way. Couldn't wear hats in class. Right? Couldn't have holes in your clothes. Even though the styles changed and then it just became fashionable. But if you did anything wrong, if you had anything they called contraband, it was taken. You got kids showing up with fucking ears on their head and tails sticking out of their fucking pants. Shitting in sandboxes at school. It's crazy. Okay, thank you, Mikey G. Mr. Uman, it has been one heck of a day, dude. One heck of a day. And Name Redacted is back. He says, tolerance was a tool to undermine and advance their communist, Marxist, authoritarian control. I agree with you. Once they got dug in, no tolerance for you. Accept nothing they project. I understand completely. In the 1960s, they decided they were going to have protests. Radical protests. Violent protests. Riots. And they kept saying, man, it's our free speech. This is free speech, man. We can say what we want. You can't stop us. Now that all of these scumbag Marxist douches from the 1960s. Like, let's see. Who's in that age category? Oh, yeah, Hillary, Bill, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer. Oh, you bet, folks. They're a big part of that era. The Clintons, yeah, you bet. They don't want you to have free speech. Now they're against it. I accept nothing they project, nothing they predict, nothing they demand. No, sorry. Not gonna put up with their shit. I will not. It is time to stand up, start thinking, get prepared, and tell others. Share the internet address. Tell others to wake the hell up. Seriously, folks. Seriously. And by the way, allegedly, Al Jazeera has purchased CNN. Is that even legal? Allegedly. Satire warning. Now, because CNN has been rebuking Kamala Harris over her lies. Literally, CNN has been going after her, but they're also crediting the violent, communist, leftist rhetoric on Trump. Right? They're blaming the attempts on his life on Trump. They're gonna criticize Trump too. Is CNN? It's funny, yeah. They're now criticizing everyone. That's why I surmise that Al Jazeera bought them, because they want to criticize all of America, all of Western culture. Right? They hate us all. Yes, they do. No doubts. Yep. But it's crazy. So I don't know if Al Jazeera has purchased CNN, but CNN is changing their flavors. ABC is going downhill. They lost another big percentage of viewers since the debate. They're being called out on it. There should be a criminal investigation there. There should. I think Trump should sue them for criminal breach of or civil breach of contract. The government can look into the criminal side too. I'd love that. He should sue him for breach of contract. There was an agreement that questions wouldn't be given out, that it would be fair, that it would be impartial. Instead, there was a secret fact-checking agreement. There was questions created just for Kamala so she can answer them, presented in sugar-coated form. It's not going to get better, folks. They're going to keep playing games with your head. All right. Where are we going to go next, Mr. Uman? Who wants to step on up? And it is Chin Music, Chin the Man. And he says, hey, careful out there, lefties. When the knuckles start flying, remember there is only one legitimately pissed. Right? The motivation isn't on your side. That's just it. The left-wing people out there, I think they're more mouth just shouting a bunch of bullshit than teeth that are willing to bite. And I'm hoping they don't literally start biting people. But I think the Antifa Utes out there, they're the ones who are mostly violent. And then BLM, they are mostly violent. All the older Democrats, they'll talk a bunch of shit. But it's funny. I've watched many of them get their fucking teeth knocked down their throat. It's been captured on video. They want to talk a bunch of shit and get in people's face, spit on them, talk tough, and they end up getting the shit beat out of them. It's quite interesting. Now, the older Republican men that are getting fucked with, they're also punching these idiots because the left are violent. They talk violence. They threaten violence. But yeah, the motivation is on our side. I really believe that. Now, not to say that a lot of Democrats aren't motivated to violence. Look at the 2 assassination attempts against Trump. How many more have been thwarted? How many more have been stopped? How many more were dissuaded from going through with it? How many people wanted to kill Trump, assassinate him, tried getting their guns together and getting a plan, and they were caught by parents, friends, or the police and stopped? I don't know, but I bet it's a higher number than the 2 that have tried so far. The world is coming unfreaking done. Thank you, Mr. Chin Music. Keep the motivation on our side. Keep your energy level up. Keep your eyeballs, your head on a swivel. Make sure you're looking around. Make sure. I'm waiting. At some point, one of these fruitcakes is going to come after me, and it's going to be a shit show. It is. It's going to be a shit show. All right, Mr. Uman, who's up next? We've got Mr. Diving Frog. And he says, John, I just bought a 50-pound bag of flour. If I didn't know any better, I'd swear I was looking at powdered gypsum. What the fuck? Well, I'll tell you what. If you bought a 50-pound bag of flour, I'm going to give you a couple of recommendations. Put them in 5 or 10-pound containers and keep them separate. If you have mice or rats, get into one of, if you just keep it in a 50-pound bag, if they get in a little bit of it, they'll destroy the whole bag. So keep it safe. Keep it locked in separate little containers. But here's another one. If it looks like gypsum, taste it. Make sure it's not gypsum. Right? Find out if it's bread. Bake a little bit with it. You're going to put a bunch in the containers. Keep it protected. Keep the bugs out of it. If you're not, you got rats, mice, bugs that can get in there and screw things up. Bake with it a little bit. Make sure it is flour. Wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't not flour. 10% unflour. Check the ingredients list. Make sure it's not, powdered soy. I wouldn't trust them, folks. I don't trust these fucking lefties. I don't trust them. In fact, there's a food production facility somewhere up in, I think, Ohio. I caught the news story on it, ran out of time, had to run to the camera. But apparently, they're going out to the Haitians. They're putting them on buses and busing them to the food factory to make your food for you. I remember years ago, if you hired an illegal alien to clean your house, to take care of your yard, you could be arrested because you weren't paying their Social Security tax. You weren't paying them properly. You weren't paying the minimum wage. You were avoiding all of these responsibilities as an employer by hiring an illegal. And now we have major corporations. I even remember just a few years ago, there were raids by Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, ICE, La Migra. There were raids on factories, food establishments, other manufacturing in our country, and showing that these companies were hiring illegals, not paying them properly, not paying the proper taxes to screw everyone else. Don't trust them, folks. Corporations are not our friends. Don't trust the government. Don't trust anyone. It's time to take responsibility for ourselves. We have, 6 weeks, 6.5 weeks until the election. No, 6 weeks. Let me make sure I got this right. Today is the 17th. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the 7th week. Exactly 7 weeks until Election Day. Crazy business, folks. It is crazy out there. Thank you, Mr. Diving Frog. Man, who do we want to roll with next? And we've got Mikey G again. And the rifle was confirmed to be an SKS. So the assassin, or would-be assassin, number 2, had an SKS rifle. Aren't those illegals, Mikey? Aren't those illegal SKSs? Yeah, I think they were. Anyways, I saw the rifle. It's a Russian-based piece of shit. All right, folks, there's some crazy stuff happening since the show started. Right, the Ohio woman. One second here. Man, I'm going to give you some numbers. These are not lottery numbers, folks. 361-884. 361-884. All right. The Ohio woman who was accused of, she fatally stabbed a toddler outside a grocery store. She's ruled incompetent. She will not face trial. This is yet another race-based hate killing. And in this case, a child was killed because of a racist that was full of hate by believing critical race theory and Democrat bullshit. We're too tolerant. When is it enough? When's it going to be too much? Right? Anyone? It's a mess out there, folks. It truly is a giant fucking mess. All right, let's see what's come up since I started the show with you guys. Looks like Senator Grassley and Senator Johnson have more data that the Harris administration. That's right, Camel Toes Harris. She is engaged in election interference against Trump by leaking information from government investigations against Trump in an effort to smear him and ruin him. They're not going to stop cheating, folks. Thank you, Mikey G. All right. Now, everyone knows that Ryan Ruth, or everyone should know that Ryan Ruth, the second assassin, the blue-haired sausage slurper Democrat, went to Ukraine. Someone funded his trip to Ukraine so he could try and recruit people to go kill themselves for Voldemort Zelensky. Well, supposedly he was flagged by federal agents, but the Department of Homeland Security never took action. Incredible, folks. When you're a Democrat, you're allowed to get away with, everything up to and even including murder now. That's correct, folks. Everything. And Lindsay Davis, the news reporter for ABC, the chick with a mustache from the debate, she has now appeared in her first anchor appearance since the debate. Remember, she said there were baseless rumors. There was, no credible evidence about immigrants eating pets. How many videos have you all now seen? How many pictures have you seen? I've seen cats being eaten alive. I've seen cats being tortured. Birds having their heads ripped off. Dogs on barbecue. I'm not saying this to be funny. I don't need to be funny. I'm funny all on my own. This is what they're up to. This is what they're up to. Now remember, folks, karma is a bitch. It truly is a bitch. And it's going to come and get Hillary. It's going to get Kamala, the hoe. It's going to get Pelosi. It's going to get Schumer. It's going to get Barack. It's going to get them all. Whether you call it karma or you just call it justice. And I think justice needs to be reinstated in America. Land of the free, home of the brave, right? Equality and justice for all sure would be nice. I think it needs to happen. I really do. Let's do this. Let's check one more little place for some kind of crazy newsage. Oh, there we go. There we go. By the way, the memes for exploding pagers is now the meme fun of the day. A couple of people have wondered if Ilhan Omar had a pager. Don't know. Don't know. Wow. Unbelievable. And Karine Jean-Pierre, she was asked, when is the current administration and her going to stop with the violent rhetoric? Today she was asked that by Peter Doocy. They keep saying Trump is a threat to democracy. They keep saying, folks, Kamala, the media, and Karine Jean-Pierre, that Trump needs to tone down his rhetoric. At the same time, they keep saying Trump is a threat to democracy. So Peter Doocy asked the little tart about that, and she said, okay, that's it, bye, and walked off. Didn't even answer the fucking question. These people are liars. They're hypocrites. They're pieces of shit. They're pushing for violence. Are you prepared for what's coming? I pray and hope that you are, because chance favors the prepared mind. Semper Fi, Godspeed.